What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is my German sister-in-law's first reaction to the USA. Feli from Germany. Checked out his channel loads. Never met the sister-in-law?
Nope.
We're going to find out her first reaction. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Yes, it does.
Smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well. We've been notified every time we upload. We haven't uploaded for a few days, but we had a Christmas break.
We did have a
And a
Christmas
Boxing
break.
Day break as well. If you don't know what Boxing Day is, let us know in the comments below. And somebody will reply to a couple. Somebody will hopefully reply to viewers and letting you know what Boxing Day is. But let us know if you don't know what it is in the comments below. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
My German sister-in-law, first reaction to the USA. I wonder if Germans have Boxing Day. I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know.
We were alone on the sidewalk and we were like, are we doing this right?
We actually got honked at.
What's the game
Wait, what?
called that we played with? Cornhole.
Oh, yeah.
I liked it very much.
We a little bit felt like aliens.
Oh, true. In America are bears and snakes.
We saw someone
Scary.
open carry a gun. We're not used to that,
Yeah,
and
no, it was...
that's just freaking me out.
Okay. Cornhole. Have you ever heard of Cornhole?
No.
By the way, I've never played it. I've seen videos on it, and I think it's like they throw like bean bags and try and get in a hole. It's like a ramp what goes up. And they try and get in. How popular is it actually? Let us know in the comments below, because I've only ever seen videos, but it's very American. It seems.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Feli. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I've been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio, on and off since 2016. And I just had my brother, Timo, and his girlfriend, Steffi, visit me for the last 10 days or 9 days. And Timo has been in the US a few times before.
It's my 5th time, actually.
And you've been in Cincinnati 1 time before this.
Yeah.
So this was your 2nd time in Cincinnati, 5th time in the US, and you are like pretty experienced. You've been on a road trip by yourself with like your friends.
Oh, he's done a lot.
I've seen a lot, yeah.
From
I mean,
Ohio to
Michigan to San Diego.
So literally
Okay,
from Ohio
wow.
all the way to the West
Road-
Coast.
Yeah.
And then we've been on a few road trips with our family,
Yeah.
which was always like really cool, and we saw a lot of the country. But for you,
Yep.
it's your very first time in
Yeah,
the
my
US.
first time.
Parts of what we did, of course, was sightseeing through Cincinnati. We went to UC campus. We went to Kings Island to the amusement park.
Ooh, okay.
We went out to the bars,
enjoyed that
party. We watched the Kentucky Derby, which happened to take place,
yeah.
not like live, but we
Yeah.
watched it on TV, which
Yeah.
was already an experience.
Yeah.
We went to a car show. Someone in Ben's family organized that, like tuned cars and vintage cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We went to get burgers. Well, we tried a bunch of different fast food
Yeah.
places, like Chick-fil-A, Freddy's, which I don't know if Freddy's is like nationwide, but it's a burger
think
place,
so, yeah.
a fast food place.
Panda
That's what-
Express.
Panda
Funny.
Express.
Take notes. We'll be doing that.
Yeah, we will be.
Coming
Right.
this May, maybe June, around that time, we'll be trying all American fast foods, all local foods as well. Not all local foods, but as many local foods as we can do. We'll be doing that. Won't we?
Yeah,
Right, I
definitely.
can't wait to do that.
And then the
Wendy's.
Mexican food here.
Mexican food, yep, twice. Then they just tried Skyline and Geta and Grater's ice cream for a video. And then we just grilled out a lot, or cooked out. I always say grill out, but I guess it's not the right term. We cooked out, we grilled several
never heard
times,
grill out
and we're
before.
trying to do
No.
that again today. So we had like, just typical hot dogs. Well,
Hot
we
dogs
also
and
had hot
burgers.
dogs at the baseball game,
Yeah.
which that's another thing we did. We went to a baseball game, Reds game.
Nice.
We went to Topgolf, which is a really cool thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do have
That
that in
was-
the UK.
We went bowling, we went to the movie theater.
Yeah.
We went to an outlet shopping mall.
Important.
Yeah. And then we went hiking for
Yeah.
one night. We went to Red River Gorge, which is like 2 hours south of Cincinnati. Stayed at a cabin there for one night with like a fireplace and a hot tub.
Ooh.
It was
Wow.
really
That
fun.
looks nice.
Last night we watched the sunset at the river. I think that's all we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty packed days.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we really experienced a lot. It was a nice
Yeah,
time.
it definitely feel more than 9 days.
Yeah.
I thought this would be a great time to ask you about your first impressions of this country. What are the biggest differences that you noticed?
There are a few. I think one big difference. I think it's you always go by car when you want to go somewhere.
It is a big
One
place.
time we go to a grocery store. It's about a 1 hour walk,
Yeah.
and we saw nobody.
Oh yeah,
So-
you guys walked.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
actually
wow.
got honked at one time.
Yeah.
Okay, and now everyone's wondering, why did you let them walk? Well, because, we did a bunch of stuff together, and there was like one day when Ben and I kind of had to work, and they were like, well, we would like to go to Target
Yeah.
just by ourselves, and we would like to walk because it was
Yeah.
beautiful weather, and we all enjoy walking. Like, it's something that we do
Yeah.
for fun. So they were like, well, it's only like an hour by foot, so they walked there. And I
Yeah.
mean, you had a decent experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Well, I
like
say, like,
unsafe.
no,
not at
No,
all.
no,
Oh my god, we walked from Times Square down to Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that was because you didn't want to get on the tube, which we
Yeah,
did.
but like we
get on
did.
the
It
tube
took us
eventually.
like 2 hours and a half. Or something,
Definitely.
like nearly 3 hours. But
And also-
I mean, like I feel like you see more when you walk.
Oh, 100%.
Like we saw things on the way down
I
that
suppose-
we wouldn't have seen if we had gone on the subway.
100%. I suppose it depends where you are. If you're in the middle, if you're living somewhere in the middle of nowhere and it's an hour to the town and you just go to and come back, you probably don't. But if you're in a town,
Yeah.
you're going to see those, aren't you?
Yeah.
So that's quite cool. We actually I spoke about this on Discord because when we're coming to America, I was saying it's like a 20-minute walk and then there's loads of shopping places all in like the same block. And there was like, oh, if you're in Texas potentially with that heat, you don't want to be walking more like because it's a 20-minute walk there, 20-minute walk back, and then walking in between. Take the car. A lot of people said, "Oh, it's a 20-minute walk." Do you know what I mean? But I suppose if the heat's there,
If the heat is there, I guess it's not so fun.
I suppose the heat wasn't there as much in Cincinnati,
Yeah.
so maybe that's a Texas issue more than
yeah.
America issue.
And like when we walked in New York, it was Baltic.
It was freezing, wasn't it? It was February.
So it's
Jack.
fine.
Or was it April?
It was February.
It was February. Yeah, it was February. Yeah. It's been a long time.
Not unsafe or something. So it's just we were alone
Yeah.
on the sidewalk, and we were like, "Are we doing this right?"
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, we
Yeah.
a little bit felt like aliens.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
A little bit.
yeah,
So, but it was all right. I mean,
Yeah.
we arrived there and had a great time.
yeah,
And then I came and picked you
That's
guys
the
up
most
at the car.
important.
It's true.
yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So yeah, the walking or not walking, the driving
Yeah.
is one big difference for sure.
And the cars by themselves, I mean, there are always trucks. It's unusual to see a normal car like we have in Germany.
Yeah.
And I think the cars are, I don't know if they would be allowed to.
Some of them.
Some of them we saw and were like, okay, I don't think I would see that in Germany.
Like in
Block
terms of
roads.
a big truck or the beat up cars that are
Beat up
broken.
cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. You call them beaters in American English. Like
Okay,
they're
yeah.
literally like cars that don't have the bumper anymore, that
Yeah.
are missing part on the side, that
Yeah.
have a broken door. Yep.
Which
So you wouldn't get
kind
away
of
with that in the
smoke.
UK.
Yeah.
Because
I mean-
MOT.
You have to. Do you not have to have an MOT in America?
I don't know. You have to have an MOT. It has to be like it's really strict.
I remember she's mentioned beaters before, and I swear in the comments there were a lot of backlash.
Yeah, I feel
So
like
I don't know.
Then I feel like a few things they say are very subject to where
Where they're
she's
from, yeah, definitely.
Like when she's like saying that you don't see many normal cars, I feel like that's probably a generalization because
True,
yes,
'cause
there are a lot of trucks and stuff like that, but I feel like
There's definitely,
definitely a lot of normal cars.
I think
too.
there's probably more trucks though. But I was thinking from our experience in New York, I don't remember seeing that many trucks.
I
A lot,
don't think I saw any.
but
like,
most
as
of them were
in-
yellow taxis.
Yeah, but I think like a lot of them were just normal sized cars. But
Yeah,
then
I
I
think
guess
they
that's
were.
in a city where trucks aren't really going to be
As
driving
helpful, I
through.
guess. But maybe we didn't pay attention.
But then
as
maybe
well.
like Texas will see loads.
Yeah, Texas
then-
and then
But even like LA, you probably won't. Like
I don't
probably see
know.
sports
I
cars
reckon-
and all that.
Oh yeah, you see expensive ones, but it'll be interesting.
But like yeah, so I feel like it's definitely subject to
100%.
their not even Cincinnati, probably just their experience.
Their experience. I
If they
do
went
feel
out on
like
a
there's
different day, they might see.
True, I do feel there's a lot of trucks there. I feel like there's a lot
Yeah,
of big cars.
definitely.
I know what you mean.
Definitely is, but I feel like I don't think there's as little normal cars as.
Yeah, got you.
We
It
saw
feels like
some,
generalization.
some quite crazy cars.
Yeah. One positive thing I noticed was we were walked by the river and we got thirsty, and then we go to a restaurant and ask for water, and that was all. I mean, we got water to go, and they were so nice. And yeah, sure, we make you some ice. I want
Some
you.
tap water, yeah.
Yeah, and then we went.
We
Yeah.
just left.
I
We
don't
Yeah.
know.
just left, and we were like, I were like,
Yeah.
okay, in Germany, I don't know,
Just wouldn't be able to
We've
get
never
free
done that.
water from a restaurant if you don't pay
No.
there. You don't even get free water in Germany if you
Well, you
pay
do
at
get
the
free tap
restaurant.
water.
But yeah, basically.
If you're eating there,
No, I think you.
can you walk in and
I
get free
think
tap water?
I think it's a law that they have in Jersey anyway. I'm pretty sure. I'm probably
Oh,
the
okay.
UK.
I've never done it, so I don't know.
They can't deny you
Oh, okay.
tap water,
Oh, yeah,
which
cheap.
is they don't have to put ice in or anything. They can just give you water
Let's
from
give
a
you a
tap.
tap water. Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Basically, what it was yeah, we walked by the river, and this was Moorline Brewery and restaurant, and we just walked in there, and we used the toilet also. We used the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah.
And then we walked up to the bar and just asked if they had any free water. Because, I mean, that's
You
the thing
normally
that
can't
you
use
can
the
do in the US.
bathroom.
You can ask for free water. And he gave us these huge cups
Yeah.
of water.
With ice.
Yeah, iced water. And yeah, it was no problem. He asked where we're from and what we're doing and was all friendly. And then we just grabbed it for free and walked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Germany, they would like be okay, no orderings, no food, and sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, if you're not a customer,
Yeah.
you don't get to often even not even use the bathroom.
Yeah, you normally can't
No,
use the toilets,
so-
can you?
No, I don't. I
It's
don't
definitely
think so.
different.
Yeah. Yeah. One other
never
thing
been
I
turned away,
noticed was the skyline of Cincinnati. I mean, it's not one of the biggest cities in America,
No.
but the skyline is so impressive. I mean, in Germany,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
nice.
know, maybe
Beautiful.
Frankfurt
Yeah.
has a skyline that's kind of like that, but I mean, in Munich, we don't have a skyline like that.
It's not technically allowed.
Yeah.
Like there's regulations that everything has to be built low so that you can still see the historical buildings and stuff like that. It's just not something that German cities do that much.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah,
Not
I mean
yet, yeah.
Cincinnati technically, if you just take the city of Cincinnati, has like 300,000 people living here.
Yeah.
Munich has 1.5 million.
Yep.
And
That's
when you go
crazy.
downtown to the skyline, I agree, it feels like a much bigger city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
One thing that I know you also mentioned the other day, because we went out to the bars 2 nights, like Friday night and Saturday night, and I know you said that was pretty different.
Yeah, we saw many people just in their cars and making music there for the people on
okay.
the street.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
that's nothing I would see
That's
in
pretty cool.
Germany.
Yeah,
You
that is
don't
nice.
pay for the entrance when you go into the clubs. That's not a usual thing.
Yeah, at least
Germany.
here in Cincinnati. If you go out in
Yeah.
New York City or
Yeah.
Chicago,
Okay.
it might be a different thing. But I mean, we went to a lot of bars that aren't technically clubs, where it's just like a bar.
Okay.
But it's still, in Germany, if you go to a bar, you don't necessarily have that same atmosphere, I feel
Yeah.
like. Like here, we went to a few bars where it felt more like a club,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and we didn't have to pay a cover
Yeah.
charge. Yeah.
I mean, there was also live music.
Yeah.
We didn't have to
and
pay in
people were
England,
dancing.
in Jersey.
In
clubs.
Jersey, no, there's not many, is there? We'd have to pay.
But we didn't pay for any clubs that we went to when we went.
I think
out.
it's more London. London,
Right.
you'd have to, for like posh ones in London. If we're talking like top end ones.
Yeah, but like Sheffield, we didn't. have to pay.
Unless it's a really, really busy night, you don't have to, I'm pretty sure. Or unless there's a certain band on or something like that.
Yeah, then it's more like an experience
yeah,
than a night out. But
But yeah, I'm pretty sure don't have to pay. But like I say, unless you're in a really posh end in London or something like that. Again, there's other comments. We'd never been drinking in America because we were 18 at the time when we went, weren't we? Or
Yeah.
19?
18.
18. We were 18. My head's gone today.
We were nearly 19.
Nearly 19.
And that's more like a club thing
Yeah.
in Munich or
Yeah.
in Germany at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the music was maybe a little bit surprising that was played.
And the last one they were like one song from this genre.
Yeah, genre, yeah.
Yeah, and we were like electronic music. Then it was like
Tree.
country.
Oh,
It
wow.
was like
Mix.
every
I
time
like that, though.
another song
Yeah.
came up, we were like, okay, I don't know how to dance to this one, but let's try. So yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What did you think, Timo? Because I don't know if you've been to that many
Yeah,
bars
I
before in the US.
Actually, it was like the first time where actually was 21 and we were not like going with our dad. I mean, last time we went to the bars once. I think
Yeah.
we went the
Yeah, for my
other one, but,
graduation in
like,
2019.
going
yeah.
dancing and stuff. It was actually the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, it was pretty nice. I like the whole bars and dance floor thing. We have that too in Munich, but if a bar has that, there's definitely a fee to get into.
Right, okay.
And I like it's far more easier to go through the bar. So have
Yeah.
a drink here, have a drink
hopping,
there. And they're also not that packed because there's enough space.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you would go out in Munich and go to the coolest bars, most of the time you wouldn't really get into there, or it would just be too crowded.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah, but
I
it was
mean,
crowded,
that's definitely
wasn't
also
Yeah.
a thing. The drinkery, for example, they didn't
Yeah.
let us in anymore
Yeah,
because
that's
they
true,
were, I
yeah.
think, packed. But in general, yeah, you're definitely right. There's more space. I know you also really like the games.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the arcades it's a cool mix when you got to party and drink, and then are also activities.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
Ah.
what's the
Ooh.
game called?
Is that common?
I have no idea.
That seems pretty cool.
Mm.
Like, especially if you had a few bevies. You're feeling out, but arcade machine or the clown one. We love a clown one. We throw at the clowns, don't we?
Yeah.
That'd be good. Our little basket. But is it like them arcade games, or are we talking like fruit machines,
Like, yeah. I
which
don't
we have
know.
in pubs?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
that we
Cornhole.
played with cornhole.
Oh yeah.
I like the
Oh, yeah,
there was some
cornhole,
cornhole
very
at the one
Yeah.
bar. We went to Rosedale, which is like an outdoor bar, and they had cornhole there.
Yeah.
And then we went to Level 1, used to be 16-bit, but it's like an arcade bar. So we played like Pac-Man and
Oh, wow.
Skee-Ball
Yeah,
and,
that was
all-
cool.
and pinball and all of that. Yeah, and I know afterwards you were like, oh, it's so cool that there's always games at the bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love playing and like, going drinking and always have games. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's really, I like that a lot.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Okay, so that was all a bunch of positive things. Now, of course, Germans like to criticize things too, and there's always, depending on where you go, there's always
Yeah.
things that are negative. So yeah, what are some of the more negative things that you noticed?
Like when we want to go for a walk, we noticed that it's not you go outside and there is a park and there are a lot of greens and you kind of like you have to drive by car like 20 minutes, half an hour, and then
Because
you're
it's,
like
I suppose it's a
It's
big
so
city,
big,
isn't it? Yeah.
one thing and we noticed too where like we once go to a park and there were no people.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was completely empty, and I mean it was nice because you have your space. And
Yeah.
but in Germany, when there is good weather, everybody's outside, everybody's in parks with their family, and I think it's not that a thing here. Yeah.
Not
Is
as
that
much.
like-
We had beautiful.
I mean, we always, you see on like movies, I know it's movies, stuff like you see on videos and Facebook, park's quite full.
Central Park was packed with
Cen-
grass.
Central Park,
I mean,
I
maybe
think
that's because it's
touristy,
main.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But is it because there's so many parks that everyone's just spread out? So in the UK, in your little town, there'll be a main park and everyone will go to that or whatever. Because there's
And-
so many.
They came in May, I think it said.
Was it
So
May?
that's like, I think that's for some Americans. That's start of the holidays, isn't it?
Maybe.
It's school holidays. So maybe
I
they're
don't know.
like maybe they're out of town.
Yeah,
visiting.
maybe.
I guess it depends on time of year you go.
Let us know in the comments below on that. Interesting.
weather these last 9 days. So
Yeah.
like it was literally sunny, blue skies, warm, really, really nice. Not too hot either. It wasn't like where people didn't go outside because it was too hot.
Yeah.
It was perfect temperature and still, yeah, we were, Devou Park was the one where we were
Yeah.
alone. We went like to the riverfront.
Yeah.
And even last night we watched the sunset
Yeah.
down on the Kentucky side of the river. We were the only ones.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful weather.
Yeah.
It was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anything else?
When you go through the city, one thing I noticed too was like you notice more the difference in poorer areas and where people like more
Wealthy?
wealthy.
Yeah, I've heard this one before.
Because the houses are so small and a little bit wrecked. It's one area where are more poor people live, and then you go like 10-20 minutes and then it's whoa, okay, these are big houses. And I mean in Germany there are also areas where the houses are cheaper but I think here it was like more I noticed more the difference when I go through the areas.
Yeah, like a bigger basically gap between poverty and rich people, and also it's more visible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I think it's more visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we
definitely.
know based on statistics that there is a bigger gap in the US
Yeah.
also, so that is a thing. There's just the wealthy are very wealthy and the poor people are very poor
Yeah.
in this country. But yeah, I would agree that it's also more visible, partly also because it's more common to live in your own house.
Yeah.
So you can see that more. If people live in an
Yeah.
apartment complex in Germany, they're poor, you can't see into their
Yeah, exactly.
apartments. So
Yeah.
you don't see if
Yeah.
it's messy in there
Yeah.
or
the
dirty.
gardens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
You can't tell from
I
the
mean,
outside, but
yeah.
here you can tell because, yeah, some people have these very small houses. Because that's like a thing. Almost in Germany, when you're poor, there's no way you would have your own house. But
Nope.
here, it's to a lot of people, it's cheaper to have their own house than live in an apartment complex. So then you can just see the difference in how the house looks from the outside.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that
That's
you
interesting
noticed
as well,
this time?
because I
Jimmy, that
mean,
was
we've seen it a little bit with planning on our travelling. So many times, literally talking about 2 places down the road, and I'm like, oh, don't stay there. That's a really rough area. 5 minutes down the road. Oh, that's lovely.
But I would argue that is also in the UK.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Because, like, even if we just use Rotherham, for example, Wickersley, nice area. In for
and then
Rotherham.
Warmosh is more rough and stuff like that.
But and there's, like, borders
Oh,
that
100%.
aren't... Like,
100%.
you go round the corner and there's an estate that's rough.
100%.
So it's like...
I just don't think...
I
Well, I
think
mean,
it's
we,
more,
we haven't seen
probably
it.
more obvious over there because
Yeah.
it's a...
The differences aren't as
it's bigger.
extreme like in Rotherham.
Um,
If a posh American came to Rotherham or someone from a really posh area, I think the whole place is poor, do you know what I mean? But I suppose it's just
Yeah.
not as extreme the difference.
No.
But yeah, it is mad, like, yeah, it's just one of them, isn't it? I mean, it's sad at the end of the day, isn't it?
New to you, any new first impressions? Because I know we did a
Very
few
good.
things
Yeah.
that you didn't do before.
I mean, one thing we did is we went to a Reds game here.
Yeah,
And,
baseball game,
Oh,
yeah.
baseball.
I'm a very big soccer fan, so I know like stadium experience, and for me it's very interesting to compare like stadium experience.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a perfect day. The Reds won. We had very nice seats and stuff, and it was just very, very cool. The atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think that the like fan culture is a little bit different. I know that you kind of did a video about that once.
Yeah, like 3 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. In general, the whole atmosphere was nice. People were enjoying themselves, and the game was there, but we would also like go and grab something to eat and walk around a bit. And there was
I know we paused a lot, but I don't think you can compare baseball to soccer.
No, I think they're two different games.
Completely different games. That is not a whole day, but it's an extremely
Yeah.
long thing. You don't have to see every hit. You miss things at times.
No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can say I'm a really big soccer fan, so I'm comparing stadiums.
Yeah, I feel like you could.
I feel like you could compare their soccer game. To,
Yeah, soccer games.
I don't
and stuff
think
like
you
that.
can compare different. It's like
100%.
comparing American football to soccer.
You can kind of compare that a little bit more because it's an all action. You're watching every play. It's intense. But a baseball game is you could have 7 innings of no score. Just, do you know what I mean? It could just be a dull period, kind of like a cricket game, similar to a cricket game. I've been to an English Test cricket game, and yeah, all you do is drink and party, and you don't actually watch much of a cricket.
But is that just the English atmosphere?
Probably, but I don't think you can compare baseball to soccer. It's different.
Yeah, I
It's
just think
different.
every sport is its own.
Yeah, no,
It's
definitely.
his own thing.
other like entertainment other than the game,
True, yeah.
which is fun. So
Oh,
I really
Americans do that all
love
the
that, and I
time.
really like the whole American sporting experience. In the end,
Oh, kiss
I mean,
count.
as I said, they won,
Oh, no,
so
no,
it
no.
was very cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I got the catch the ball.
Yeah, not
So
the
no
real
No
baseball.
fall ball, just in the end where they threw in some gumballs.
Yeah, like merch balls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the squeezy ones.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
least, yeah, you got one.
Yeah,
Not everyone got
that's
one.
nice. So
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, in terms of other entertainment, like you mean the stuff that they do in the breaks?
Yeah.
Like the little games that they do,
I
and
mean,
the kiss
yeah,
cam and stuff
exactly.
like that.
I mean,
Yeah.
they do that too a bit in Germany, but it's a little bit more boring,
Yeah.
I'd say. So
Yeah.
those kind of things is cooler.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely would say that, and the atmosphere is different, and it was a little bit more cozy, I'd say. I mean,
Okay.
in the baseball game, it also was not completely like sold out and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But for me, it was a very nice experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never even been to an NFL game. I've been to college football games, so I can't really compare the baseball experience to like NFL. But I know that the baseball games are known for being more chill because they're
Yeah.
longer
Yeah,
and
exactly,
people
yeah.
kind of like, as you said, they walk in and out.
You
They
just
can
have to pay
go get
attention.
something to
Yeah.
eat. You walk back. It's not like you're just
different vibe.
glued to the
Yeah.
field the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same for football. Honestly, I think a little bit, but I don't think as much.
Yeah.
What else was something that you noticed this time?
This time, one thing I really noticed, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older and stuff, I'm a bit felt in situations more unsafe as I would in Germany. Parts when we just walk through the city and we would like take maybe a wrong turn and end up in the wrong neighborhood. And I mean, nothing happened at all, but just like having in mind that people might have guns. And then we had this one situation where we went just into a gas station and we saw someone having open carry a gun. And I mean, we're not used to that. And
no, it was-
that's just freaking me out. So
Yeah. And he walked in right before us. And Ben pointed it out. So this
Yeah.
was in Kentucky. We went to Red River Gorge for one night for hiking and stuff like that. And so, yeah, that was a gas station kind of in the middle of nowhere a little bit. And it's allowed that this person is allowed to have a gun. And so he just walked in right before us. And I think Ben said, oh, he just had a gun. And we all felt like, even myself, because I'm not even that used to that, even I felt like, oh, like, should we wait until he leaves the store? Because it's weird to be in a store. For us, I think it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yep.
Be in a closed, small space where you know someone.
It is interesting, isn't it? Because like you say, you're just not used to it. Like, end of the day, it is
Yeah.
perfectly safe, like perfectly fine. And like I say, if we're there,
I think it's like I don't really feel safe anywhere. To be fair,
yeah, no, definitely.
but I think like the equivalent would be like stabbings in the UK.
Oh, 100%.
You don't know. I think you don't know what people have on them.
True, and I feel like with the whole turning wrong direction, that's just where you grow up. If you, like in Jersey, if you turn wrong direction, you're not panicking. You're not thinking, oh, what's around this corner. But
No.
if you do it in America because you're not used to
But
America,
I do in Rotherham.
Yeah, because you're not used to
You're
it.
fine. Like when we walked through that park, you're like, we came in when I was a kid, blah blah blah. I'm like, what if someone comes around this bush? I'm like,
Yeah.
But that's because I'm not from there. But if I was from America, I don't think I would be you'd just be normal.
You see all the time, like on, let's say, YouTube videos where you see, I wouldn't do that with my kids in America because I'd be scared.
Yeah.
But they've grown up there,
But
they wouldn't do the same thing in an area they don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But gumping is just a visual, mental thing where it's like, we're not used to that at all.
No, but I think our equivalent is knives.
Oh yeah, but things you're not allowed to. If you're not going to
You're not allowed
see
to,
someone walking around with a knife.
But I think it's the same kind of mindset though. Like in the US, you can't let it ruin your experience.
Oh, 100%.
Like the same way as going out in a rough part of England, you just have to have that back in your mind.
I
that
also
actually
think
anyone can do anything at any point.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be the law.
100%.
It is just.
So if you can see the gun, it is legal, and you just got to get on with your day.
Yeah, if they're not doing anything.
Whether they're showing you or not, you never know whether they had it or not if they weren't showing you. Do you know what I mean? So you just
Well,
get on
yeah,
with
and
it.
the thing is, I think actually, I feel like if they're gonna do something, they probably wouldn't show you. They
Yeah,
have
they'll probably
one.
hide it.
They probably hide it.
You definitely.
else has
Yeah.
a gun.
And you don't know this person, and it's not a police officer or something like that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nothing happened, of course.
Yeah,
We're here, we're
nothing at
alive.
all, yeah.
Everything was fine. But yep, I agree. That
That's
felt
just
weird.
the feeling I had.
Yeah.
So
In terms of hiking, when we drive to the hiking spot, you said, and in the situation when when we see bears, when it's a dark
Black bear.
bear, then we should make sounds and make us huge. And I was like, oh, true. In America are bears and snakes and all that stuff.
Scary
and in
animals.
Germany we had kind of boring wildlife when it comes to dangerous animals. And I was like, okay, it was a little bit nervous, but it was fine.
We did end up not seeing a bear this time around. I've seen bears a few times, but we saw a snake.
Yeah.
And it was pretty huge.
Yeah.
It was like...
It was a little bit scary.
Yeah, we all
I
got
think it
kind of
would.
scared because it came out of nowhere. We were all like, oh my god! And we turned around at that point. We were like, okay, because this was one of the trails where we were kind of lost a little bit. Not lost in the sense of we didn't know our way back, but it wasn't the trail that we thought it was. So we were like, I don't think this is the right way.
Yeah.
So we were like, and this seems like it's going pretty deep into the forest. Maybe we should turn around. And I don't know if we feel so safe here. And then as soon as we turned around, the snake came, and we were like, okay, yep, we better go back.
You ain't going that
We
way.
should go.
But yeah, I told you guys just in case, because there are black bears where we hiked, but I think I've never even seen a bear at the Gorge in Kentucky, but I have seen several bears in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. But I know there are bears at the Gorge, and I said, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, good night. That's something that I've been taught several times by the locals. I've never been in the situation where we had to fight a bear. It's just like you see a black bear somewhere like across the
I think you
street
lose
or
if you
somewhere
fight it.
a little bit away in the forest.
Good point.
And then we also had
Run.
some wildlife encounters here at my house.
Yeah, that's true.
Those are animals that don't exist in Germany. Do we have raccoons in Germany?
I don't think so. I mean, I have never seen one.
Yeah.
And I mean, we had a raccoon and a possum.
And a possum,
And I mean, they're just bigger. What we would have in Germany is maybe like rats and mouses, maybe like a fox if you're a
on the
little bit
countryside,
on the
yeah.
countryside.
Yeah.
But
Fox are really nice too.
Yeah.
They're kind of cute.
so no possums, like big
At the shopping centre, literally just broad daylight.
Because Jersey didn't have any foxes, so it was a bit of a shock for you to see a fox, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was very surprised to see one. I think the person I was with was very surprised with my reaction.
So you were surprised.
bats and raccoons where you just have to watch out when you go out of your house. I mean,
It's not like they're all around our house,
Yeah,
but it
no,
just so happened that while you guys were here, one time we had a raccoon on the porch,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
one time there was a possum on the porch. Yeah.
And that never happened in Germany. We might have like a hedgehog or something like
Hedgehog,
that.
Yeah, we
yeah.
have hedgehogs.
eagle, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Or like a
this-
marder,
yeah,
like a weasel, yeah.
Yeah, it was the same situation as we had in our parents' house when we had a cat and we would feed her outside, that a hedgehog would come and eat her food, but here it would be raccoons and possums and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I should explain. We have this neighborhood cat that Ben and I kind of feed on our porch. She's not technically our cat, and she doesn't come into the house, but she kind of lives on our porch, and we love her. And so that's why these animals come to our porch, because we have the cat food out there.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Maybe not the smartest move, but it's kind of hard to avoid because we want the cat to be fed. And it doesn't happen that often. It was really a coincidence that it happened now. I think the last time we had a pause in there was like a few months ago.
Okay.
A couple months ago, yeah. So, and I don't even think we've ever had a raccoon up there. They usually go through the trash and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that was already a lot of different points. I mean, I have a whole YouTube channel about cultural differences, so I know that there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we wrap it up, is there anything else that comes to mind?
Maybe one thing is that when you were outside and want to go out, want to eat outside, you can't really find a place where it's all healthy food. I mean, there are some.
You mean like on a road trip, like when
Yeah.
you're okay?
Yeah, when you
Okay.
don't eat at home, so in restaurants and on the driveway. I mean, they are all fast food restaurants, like
I feel like
you
that
said, Wendy.
It's a bit of local knowledge. I reckon locals have so many healthy bases, but it doesn't
100%.
advertise as much.
And like drive-throughs are fast food because they're meant to be quick.
Yeah,
So
meant to be
that is
quick.
kind of the point of a drive-through.
Unless you have
You
this
better grab
salad.
food and go, which is
Yeah.
why fast food works. You're not gonna rock up and say, "Can I have like?"
Some chicken and rice.
It's meant to be something you can eat while you're driving. That's the whole
No,
point.
definitely.
Like
Yeah.
that kind of idea. You're not gonna be able to eat a salad with a fork as you're driving.
Yeah, salad would be the only one what's quicker, but there's so many
Um,
other healthy foods which isn't a
But
salad.
that,
isn't it?
yeah, I don't think that's true in terms of there's not any healthy.
Yeah, I imagine
places.
there's a lot of healthy bases.
But also in restaurants, you can definitely get a healthy option.
Definitely, but I feel like
Surely.
the unhealthy stuff tastes a lot better, so you go for that.
Yeah, you would, but like, I feel like you definitely can get healthy food.
Let us know in the comments.
Cheese,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, all that stuff.
McDonald's, Burger
Yeah.
King, Chick-fil-A. There's so many.
Yeah, and I eat meat, so I can eat the fast food stuff, but I don't want to eat meat
Yeah.
every single day. And that was kind of hard to find maybe just a salad without meat or vegetables and something like
McDonald's
that.
has a salad?
Yeah, when we went to Chick-fil-A, I ordered the market salad without the chicken. Like, you can do it sometimes, but it's not the easiest compared to Germany, for example, when you're on the road.
And then you don't want to eat salad all the time
Yeah.
when you want to eat vegetarian.
Yeah.
So
Then you can eat fries.
Yeah.
And
not
that's
that healthy
about it.
too.
Germany
So
has
yeah, that was one thing I noticed.
Healthy
That's
drive-thrus.
true. Yeah,
I
I
guess
agree
so.
with that. That's something that I complain about a lot
Yeah.
too. And of course, this is depending on where you are in the US. If you're on the East Coast, West Coast, you'll have a lot more options usually, especially like in the city. I mean, like if you go through Cincinnati, like downtown, you can definitely find healthy foods. That's no question.
Yeah.
But once you're just somewhere like, on a road trip, like we went to Kentucky and you just need something like a snack, or we wanted to buy something for hiking, we wanted to buy sandwiches at the gas station, there's just not that many options, especially for vegetarians, or if you just want to have something without meat.
Yeah.
And it's definitely the case that we didn't eat the most healthy in the last 9
Yeah,
days.
that's true.
We ate a lot of
Yeah,
junk
but-
food.
Yeah.
That's what holidays are for.
If you're on holiday, you got to enjoy yourself, haven't you? You got to enjoy it.
I mean, we wanted to experience
Yeah.
like the different restaurants and stuff,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we didn't really have a chance.
Yeah.
And then when you go to Wendy's and stuff, you also want to have the burger.
course,
there.
of course.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
And
it
then-
was really good, but you must eat burgers and
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we did. But I'm glad too when we are in Germany that are,
Eat healthy again.
Yeah, that's what holidays
Yeah.
are for, isn't it?
I totally understand that. All right, thank you guys so much for sharing.
Awesome. Smash that button if you enjoyed. Smash the subscribe button. I feel like most Americans, well, not most, but a lot of Americans will eat healthy and then eat the
Yeah.
fast foods every so often. And like I say, if you're on holiday, you're on holiday, aren't you?
I feel like going on holiday versus living somewhere is completely different.
100%.
When we go to England, we go to the drive-thrus all the
Oh,
time.
yeah, all the time.
But if we lived there, we probably wouldn't.
Yeah, we probably would.
But not every
No,
day.
no,
we
I'm
wouldn't.
joking, I'm
Like we wouldn't
joking.
eat fast food every day.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah, I feel like it's just different.
Smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. Watch your video.
How fantastic.
And we'll see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.